In a small village tucked between green hills and silent roads, lived an old woman, known by everyone as Mama Ruth. She wasn't rich, she wasn't famous, but everyone loved her. Why? Because she gave more than most people ever could. Not from her pockets, but from her heart. She would make soup for the sick, pray with the lonely, and sit quietly with those who had no one. Even at 74, her spirit was young, her smile like sunlight. She lived in a tiny wooden house filled with memories, photographs, handwritten letters, her husband's old Bible, and a small glass jar where she dropped spare coins every day. That jar was her gift jar, her offering to God. Every Sunday, she'd take some coins from it, walk to church, and drop them in the offering box. To others, it was just a few cents. To her, it was worship. But life has storms. One cold night, a candle tipped over in her living room. Within minutes, flames danced through her curtains, her furniture, her memories. Neighbors rushed in, firemen came. But by morning, the house was gone. Charred walls, blackened wood, ashes, everywhere. Mama Ruth stood in front of what was once her home, holding nothing but the clothes on her back, her eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "Lord, I've lost everything. I have nothing left to give you." Later that day, she walked slowly through the remains of her home. The smell of smoke clung to the air. Every step brought a crunch of broken things. And then, her foot hit something hard. She looked down. A single coin, covered in soot, but still whole. It had survived the fire. She picked it up with trembling hands, held it against her chest, and fell to her knees. "Lord, this is all I have, but I still give it to you." Her prayer rose like incense, not of desperation, but of surrender. The next afternoon, she sat on her burnt porch, hands folded in silence. No food, no bed, no money. And then, a car pulled into the driveway. A man stepped out, young, clean-shaven, wearing a suit. He held an envelope. "Are you Mama Ruth?" he asked gently. She nodded, confused. "My grandmother. Her name was Eliza. She told me about you. How you fed her when she was a struggling single mother. How you prayed with her when no one else would. She passed away last week." He paused. "She left something for you." He handed her the envelope and stepped back respectfully. Mama Ruth opened it slowly. Inside was a check, $10,000. She gasped. Tears streamed down her face. She looked to the sky, held the coin still in her hand, and whispered, "Lord, you never forget." That night, she had a warm meal for the first time in days. She bought a new Bible the next day, and within weeks, her home began to rebuild, slowly, piece by piece. But more than the money, more than the food, what she carried in her heart was faith renewed. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who feels forgotten. And subscribe to Touched by Jesus, where every story brings you closer to the one who never lets go.